Hi everybody, it's Chris Whitby coming to you today from the Hassan Company, and actually I'm wanting to send you a little video about what's happening in our neighborhood. That's the Hayhurst neighborhood. So I was able to attend the Hayhurst Neighborhood Association meeting via Zoom on Monday, and we were getting some information specific to the development opportunities at Alpenrose and also in the Pendleton Woods neighborhood, which is essentially on 48th and Pendleton. So I just wanted to share some of the information that we found out during that meeting. So as most of you know, in 2019, the Alpenrose dairy itself, the milk production was sold to the Smith brothers, based out of Washington. And so the Kadnoff family is no longer in charge of the Alpenrose dairy itself. But they do own all of the land and all of the buildings still. So what is in process right now, which some of you may have seen in the Oregonian, is there is a permit that's been submitted for a 193 home housing development to be put on the 54 acres of the current Kadnoff family property that is the former Alpenrose dairy. Of course, that's been around since 2016. So I know it's been a major place for the Portland area. Lots of memories have been formed there, so there's a lot of mixed feelings about all of this. But to give you some more specific information, the 54 acres are zoned R10 with one R7 lot, and that's the house that is currently there as part of the buildings and the property. That R10, which means a 10,000 square foot lot per house, could actually be an average for the area, so it could be a 6,000 to a 17,000 square foot lot. Right now they're looking at the majority of those 193 homes being on 6,000 square foot lots. We were able to meet with both Michael Onders from Lennar and Ken Sandblast from Westlake Construction, who shared a little bit about the process that they're in right now with the city of Portland. They're thinking it's going to be another 3 to 5 weeks before they have any actual answers. So the plan is that when it's developed, they'll need to actually do more entrances into the property. So that will happen along the Shattuck Road side and also on the Dover neighborhood side. So Pendleton Court, which currently is a gravel road, will not be paved and developed. And in fact, along that north side of the property, they're planning on continuing the red electric trail, which is a southwest trail that is going from, it's actually the old train trail that is going from downtown all the way into southwest Portland. Other things to know: when they develop along Shattuck, the city always requires that they do improvements. So they will be taking 9 feet to create a sidewalk along Shattuck Road. So that is an improvement for our neighborhood, because we know that's a really dangerous street without any shoulder for walking or biking. This is going to be a long process. As I mentioned, they're not going to know for another 3 to 5 weeks about whether the city is going to approve it. But even if they do approve it, it's probably going to be 3 years down the road before anything actually takes place. The Smith brothers, who own Alpenrose Dairy now, are already looking for a new commercial space because they're just renting the property. So eventually they'll move their business elsewhere. And then they'll have to prepare the property, obviously, before they start building. Other things to note: there aren't any plans at this particular time to preserve any part of the Alpenrose dairy and history. They're not even sure if they're going to be able to keep the name. Obviously, there's a lot of people who would like to see some of that preserved, so it's yet to be seen. They will create some green space, and obviously there's a drainage area in Pendleton Creek that is in that area, so that will remain as part of the environmental overlays for that area. So let me know if you have other questions. They're hoping to start a next door group to kind of keep in touch about what's happening and give you updates about the Alpenrose area. The second thing that we talked about is the Pendleton Woods area, which is right at Southwest 48th and Pendleton. So this is that little cut through between Cameron to, I believe, Iowa, and Everett Homes bought that several years ago, and there's been a lot of controversy about what they're going to build there, and they did finally take down the original house about a year and a half ago. And just in the last few weeks, Northwest Earth Movers, who's been hired by Everett Custom Homes, has started the prepping of the land for the 11 home development that's going to happen there. So that entails taking out several trees, scraping the topsoil, and then also bringing in many loads of new soil. And they said something like 128 dump trucks full of soil will be brought into that site and prepped for the new development. So you'll see, if you walk by it right now, lots of fencing around trees that they're protecting, but anything that is not fenced with either that orange fencing or they have some chain link fence around a few of the bigger trees, that will all come down. That's not protected. So unfortunately, we haven't been able to get a hold of anyone from Everett Custom Homes right now to get an update on their timeline and what the plan is and what sort of homes are going to be going into that area. But the gentleman from Spencer from Northwest Earth Movers was very helpful in just giving us a sense of what he's working on and his timeline. There is going to be, the access for that is either going to be from 48th or coming down from 45th on Pendleton Street. And then the gravel road that fronts it, which is 48th, will be paved, but it will not punch through to where the driveway and the little trail is. It's a walking path right now. So that's what I know about what's happening in our neighborhood. You may also see on 48th that there's another little lot being cleared, and that's a mystery right now. I haven't learned about that. I'm trying to find out. And then there's a house sign for Renaissance Homes. That is a development that is just a one-off house. A neighbor sold that, and a new house will be going in there. So let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to share more when I find out. Hope you guys are doing well. Talk to you soon.